Hey guys, so we're back with some more naval action. Today we have the HMS Surprise, and I know I'm American in the game, and in real life really, but for this video we'll just pretend that I'm sailing as a British captain. And for those of you, I'm assuming most people that are watching this video have probably seen Master and Commander. If you haven't, I recommend you check it out. It's pretty good. Pretty good. There's also a bunch of books about it. Pretty much the Surprise is originally built as the Rose in, I believe, 1970. And yes, I'm reading the Wikipedia. So pretty much, it was built as the Rose in Canada in 1970 before ending up in Connecticut. And then, let's see. Is it? I think it's 28th Century Fox. I bought it and used it in the movie, but it's a replica ship based on the real HMS Rose, and then it later got changed to HMS Surprise. Pretty much, that's generally the gist of it. Played a part in the movie, and yeah. So I'm fighting in the Surprise, so it has to be a French opponent. In this case, it's a Le Gros Ventre. Mispronounced probably horribly. Down to the setup of my ship. I was using medium cannons originally. However, the Surprise, it has a good amount of guns, or cannons rather. The problem with that being the fact that I believe the main deck is 9-pounders, and the upper deck is 6-pounders. So they don't have the best penetration. And if you look at the LeGrasse, it has pretty much the same curves as the Bell. So it does actually have good armor, especially if you hit lower on the hull, which I'm going to have to try to avoid. So for the purpose of fighting the French LeGrasse, because I'm off the coast of Florida again, I think I'm near, I'm actually right off St. Mary's, I think. Oh, there it is. I switched to long guns, mainly because they have a flatter trajectory. They have more propellant, I believe, so they travel faster, meaning they don't arc as much. It's more of a flat trajectory to the target. They also have higher penetration. So, also I have chasers, bow chasers. So that's a plus. I should probably, honestly, try taking out his sails, because he's trying to escape. For some reason. I don't know why. Luckily, the Surprise, despite having pretty weedy firepower on it, it's really maneuverable and pretty quick. So I have no problem really just kind of turning the ship or catching up with the trade ship. I also have chasers, which I should probably switch to Shane, in all honesty, and we can catch, or not really catch, but track down this this French warship. It's technically a trade ship, but it's a privateer in the movie. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a warship for the purpose of this video. It does have guns, worth pointing out, and I think usually I want to say most of the LGV use carronades. Shit, he's actually trying to shoot at me. Every one that I've captured has had carronades on it, so I'm assuming that's just the standard setup for the LGV, and gonna go with that. I'm gonna keep going for the sails. Now I could switch to chain shot for that, and it would be better for taking out the sail itself. However, if you hit the mast with a ball shot, that sounds horribly wrong now that I think about it. If you hit the mast with ball ammunition, if you hit it enough, it has HP for the mast, or durability, whichever you prefer. Durability sounds more realistic, really. And if, when it hits 0, the mast will come down, which does more damage to the sails than just firing a chain shot into it, which I should be doing with my bow chasers, really. Like that. The problem is he's trying to... See, the thing is, every other LGV I've faced has tried to fight me heads up, and it's been a long engagement because the 9-pounders and the 6-pounders I was using were medium cannons, so they don't have the penetration, and I kept bouncing off the side of the armor, the side armor rather, up until the point where I just kind of whittled it down enough where it was actually starting to penetrate, even though it was hitting the angled part, because I just whittled down the durability enough. Kind of like with real tank armor, or if you hit the same spot over and over, it starts to lose its effectiveness, really. But I decided to switch to the long guns for that purpose, to hopefully just bypass that, because the first battle I did, where the LGV actually tried going toe-to-toe with me, I took a lot of damage, and I won the battle, the engagement. I tried, ironically enough, I tried boarding it with the Surprise. And I'm not sure if I've said this at any point in time. I am terrible at boarding combat in this game. Just completely, utterly garbage at boarding combat in this game. I could probably just come up alongside of him from broadside. But yeah, I tried boarding it, and I almost lost, but luckily enough, I did enough damage to it where it was about to sink if I disengaged, so I just disengaged before I lost the boarding combat, and it sank. Luckily enough for me. So there's that. See, even with the better penetration of the long guns, it's struggling to pen. Although I will say it was angled, and he is kicking the crap out of me. Okay. But yeah, if I was using medium guns there, at the same angle and same range, I want to say that I got maybe... Well, I didn't. I got maybe like 1 or 2 penetrations this early on into the engagement. So I feel like that's just... But, luckily I got like 4 in that engagement. So it's a good start, although I've taken a lot of damage from going broadside to broadside with what I assume is its carronades. For those of you that are curious or haven't played the game yet, or just don't know, whatever, it's nothing to be ashamed of, really. But how it works is the carronades have higher damage but shorter range. Think of it as like a howitzer, really. It's very stubby. It has high penetration, low range, low velocity, and high damage kind of thing. It's kind of like a shot. Excuse me, a shotgun, really. Especially if you load grape shotgun, they'll wreck the tubes. And oh god damn. See, I'm taking a lot more damage now than I did initially. Where honestly, I might want to... crap. I might want to get a bit more range between us, actually. As odd as that may sound with my lack of penetration, it might just be better for my ship if I get more range. Because it's a higher chance of him missing and not just wrecking my ship entirely. Although I have to be careful not to, yeah, like that. Luckily it was kind of angled, so I didn't take too much damage. Although I think one of them hit my my stern. Oh well. Oh well. Anyways, now the bright side to having 9-pounders and 6-pounders is I have a pretty quick reload. Although I haven't really taken advantage of it at this point. Kind of overshot that one a little bit. I'm also outrunning it now due to the simple fact that I've damaged its sails to a good extent, really. Oh crap. Okay. So that's not good. He ended up hitting my rudder right there. As you can see by the rudder showing up as yellow. So what that means is that it's going to be harder for me to turn. Which is kind of a problem. Just a little bit. Also that the elevation there. Crap. See, that's not actually me moving it up. That's the ocean just like knocking my my ship around. Which is a pain in the ass. Pardon my French. I should probably just slow down. Try to get more stability. Hopefully. Alright, there we go. That's better. That's way low. That's better. And it looks like definitely a good choice to upgrade to the long guns, because I want to say in the first battle I did, which was kind of like a test battle, really. Mainly because I hadn't used ships with like 9 or 6-pounders for a long time. I've been using the Bell, which has kind of spoiled me a little bit. Not gonna lie, such a good ship. Oh my god. That I wasn't really used to the penetration of them, and I never really fought an LGV or anything that had any real like bigger ship with like decent armor or sloping, angling, whatever you prefer, with a ship that had 9-pounders. So I wanted to kind of get a feel for it. God. Look. See, I'm kind of getting jostled around is the problem. But yeah, like the long guns are definitely. That's whole broadside. Where I was at, I want to say like half the range. Not really half the range, but like a quarter of the range here. That I am right now. And pretty much every shot except for one was just bouncing off the side of the LGV. Whereas with the long guns, there's quite a few bouncing still, as you can see. However, it's oh, I've killed 9 crew. It's a lot more reliable, to say the least, and it's definitely proven to be a good choice to come to range against the LGV, because I'm taking a lot less damage now, which is kind of obvious, really. You don't really want to get into like broadside to broadside close quarters fighting, unless you have like carronades, because carronades are pretty inaccurate and have short range. But if you can get a full broadside into something with carronades, you can generally make them regret life, as bad as that may sound, which is pretty handy for just pummeling the crap out of something. It's a little high. I can't keep my guns down. That's the problem. Try there. Yeah, it's just bouncing off. I might get a couple shots into its bow. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm also starting to just sail into the wind, which is kind of a problem. So I need to kind of turn that around. The rudder I might also end up fixing. I've been kind of saving that in case there's like a pump that breaks, because the rudder is bad. As you can see, it's pretty terrible. With a damaged rudder. However, if you get a damaged pump and you get any leaks, it can be pretty bad. It can be pretty bad, to say the least. Now, I've never actually had a damaged magazine. I'm assuming if it just gets completely destroyed, you're dead. As common sense would kind of apply. Jesus Christ, it's turning. Oh my god. I'll try using manual sails to hopefully turn quicker. But this is actually quite painful. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Please turn. It's not turning at all. Alright. I'm done. Where is it? I think it's urgent repairs. Yeah, it is. Now we're turning. It's a bit late though. Really a bit late. Alright. Can I get it one shot into it before I have to turn to port? I don't know about that one. I'll take it anyways, but I'm gonna miss a lot. Like so. Actually, I hit 12 of them. It's not bad. Alright. Go back to auto. And then we can get a couple shots into the mast. Or not the mast, but the sails rather. I'd imagine with the broadsides I've put into it that the mast is probably damaged though. Just a little bit. And it also would appear that it's trying to kind of get out of range a little bit. Let's go for that. Let's see if we can hit the sails or mast. I turned a bit too quick there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit too quick. Anyways. I'm gonna have to close down some distance to the LeGrasse. Now I could try getting the crew down on the LGV and try boarding it. However, I don't have this ship really set up for boarding, and I'm not the best at boarding combat. So I'd probably lose, which might be funny. It honestly might be pretty funny. However, I don't really feel like losing a durability on my ship, to be honest. Although I would probably, well, not really, probably I would get more money out of it. I'd also get the cargo of that ship, which would be nice. Would be nice. It would definitely be very tempting. However, I have a smaller crew, and I have no Marines. And every single AI has Marines, which could be a problem, especially with a bigger crew. And I don't have carronades on this, so it would probably get a little interesting to knock out their crew. It would also most likely make the video a lot longer, which I kind of want to avoid, because I think it's already kind of dragging on a little bit. Just a little bit. See, the thing with naval action, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you view it. The battles take quite a while. There's also a lot of sailing on the open ocean. There's a reason I never really show the open ocean, mainly because it just takes a long time, because you're sailing from port to port. And secondly, it's early access, so there are some things which aren't the, I'll go ahead and say the prettiest, the UI being that. There's also the fact that the mouse cursor shows up in the open ocean for some reason, which can get very, very annoying. So, there's that. But, the battles are... I enjoy the battles. The battles are fun. They can drag on for a while, though. There's a reason there's like a 1 hour and like, what, 52-minute timer on the battles. Because I think the videos I've posted are like 20 to 40 minutes in length. And I've only posted 2 of them. I'd imagine this one's going to be up there as well. Because I'm chasing down a trader. Or a trade ship. Although, it's a trade ship, which is also one of the best trade raiders that you can get in the game. So, take that as you will. It's really... It's one of the... Well, I should say it was one of the best... It was the best trade ship in the game. It had the biggest cargo capacity, and it was, in my opinion, the best trade raider in the game. However, they recently added the Indiaman, which can carry more cargo. Cargo, my bad. And it has more guns, bigger guns, all that good stuff. So, I haven't personally played the Indiaman because I haven't seen it on sale yet, for one, and I probably couldn't afford it for 2. Or secondly, I couldn't afford it. And so I can't really comment on it, because I can't craft it, I can't buy it. So I can't really play it at this point in time. So also I'm pretty shit at trade rating in general. So, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt there. As you can see by my attempts at destroying an LGV, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Probably take a screenshot of this, but whatever. I'm just gonna go for the sails and screw it. Now, it's generally a better idea if you're trying to take a mast down to just use single shot. If you look at if you look at the arc of where my shells are gonna go, you'll notice that there's a line within like the arc. That's where my first cam that's gonna fire is. So if you don't click left mouse button and you click space instead, like you'll probably notice that when I'm ranging shots, I'm only firing one gun. And I'm using my my telescope to figure out where it's going. I'm pretty much just pressing space button to fire that one cannon, and that's where that one shell will go. You do have to like try to lead it because it's, you know, I think I just went through the sails. It's you're shooting at a moving target, plus you're a moving target, and you're on the ocean, which is moving, which is a pain in the ass, to say the least. But it's generally better if you're trying to take out a mast to just use single shot. Like, you see that line towards the right? That's where my shell's gonna go. So try to do that. See, I missed, because I'm shit. But, no. See, I'm crap. There you go. Generally speaking, you can target the mast and hit it like that. I can't, because I'm garbage. But, I have done it in the past. It's just... how do I put it? I think it's easier to do if you're a bit further away, in my opinion. Also, if you have the sails down a little bit more, like around 60% or so, you can kind of do it easier. Right now, it's moving relatively quick, kind of. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But I went went too long. I'm kind of surprised that's not firing back as well. But yeah, you can knock out the mast, which will cripple it severely. And it's easier to do if you just use single shot. However, you have to actually have like practice at it to do it reliably. And I cannot do that. So there's that. I'm also failing to kill this OGV because it keeps angling at the last second. Plus some crap. And now it's way out of the way. Anyways. So I'm gonna do something probably stupid. I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna see if I can do some more damage to it. Now that probably is gonna go over. So I'm close, but I'm not that close, and that is really, really aimed high. I can't get it to go lower just yet, and it's also turning into me. That hurts. That hurts a lot. There we go. That the higher penetration combined with the close range really they really do a number sometimes. That with the the pretty quick reload kind of mess the ship up. Which I think I could be wrong, but I think the next update they're tweaking the lower caliber guns. So I think they're kind of broken right now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think they might actually be a little broken. From what I've heard. I don't really have an opinion on the matter, because I don't use them all that much, so I can't really say. But I've been told, or I've read, rather, that they're slightly overperforming, perhaps. I don't know. Honestly. Get my guns lower? I'll try that. Good indeed. Holy crap. See, now I'm actually starting to put shots into the ship itself and not into the ocean, which is a plus. Also starting to sail back into the wind there, which is kind of a problem. But yeah, like compared to my other ships, like the Bell, which I love the Bell. However, it has bigger guns, and it, I was sailing it with without a full crew because I just couldn't crew it yet. I was too low level. But this definitely has a faster reload. I need to actually stop outrunning my target, preferably. I haven't really touched the top sails. Anyways, so I could go for the bow. I'll go for the bow and watch most of the bow. Actually, wow, not bad. Not bad at all. Killed a couple crew as well. Didn't do a whole lot of damage. Not gonna lie, kind of disappointed. I'm turning into the wind again, which is a problem. But I need to let it kind of catch up and pass me by, because I've damaged its sails enough, and I was already quicker than it, if I'm not mistaken, that I can easily just catch up to it. And I keep passing it up, which is a problem, to say the least. Can I get it high enough to go? Kind of. It was just a bit low. Anyways. I'm taking quite a bit of damage, and I have another leak on the ship. so it could be a problem. However, there's no way that it's getting away from me. That's a bad shot on its part. Maybe. Oh wow, that was actually pretty good. However, I think it may have been a bit high. Yeah, that's better. That is definitely better. Wow. A couple of them went low, but most of them were right on the money. Like, with the way the ship is just kind of like sloped, I generally speaking want to avoid the lower part of the hull, like the part which is black, because it has more of a slope to it, so it's harder for my my 9-pounders and 6-pounders to penetrate, especially the 6-pounders. Whereas, you know, the upper part of the hull, where it's more of just a you know, a normal wood color, it's more flat, which is kind of, it makes sense really. You can't have the entire thing sloped extremely, but I should probably be shooting at it as well. It's just easier to penetrate really. Plus, there's the chance of knocking out cannons and crew because you're firing higher up on the ship. So chances are, at least a couple of them go through or penetrate all the way through and knock out a cannon or knock it out crew. Except in that case where, I don't know, I killed a crew member. That's a plus. I'm not planning on boarding it because they still have more crew than me, plus Marines. So there's that. But you're getting more for your money, really. You're not gonna get any leaks out of it, but if you can get the hull low enough to where there's like no durability or armor left, I think it starts flooding anyways. So it's not that big of a deal, really. And you're at least getting damage into it, as you can see by that right there. And the fact that he still has more crew than me. But you're getting more out of it because you have the chance of knocking out a cannon or a couple cannons and knocking out crew at the same time. So there's that. I will also say I'm really bad at grape shot. I know how to do it, or rather when to do it. Like, you have to get the armor down. And then you're supposed to use grape shot when it's like low armor. However, whenever I do that, it doesn't seem to really do much at all, except for a couple times. Unless I'm like on the stern of the ship, then it'll do damage. But if I'm going broadside to broadside with it, and I have the armor pushed down to where it is now, doesn't really seem to do much. I'm assuming I'm probably just aiming in the wrong area. But, what's that? Oof. Get juked, son. That outplay right there. My guns are almost loaded again. Yeah, like, I have to say I'm actually really enjoying the long guns on the, on the Surprise. Compared to the medium guns. They just, I don't know, it just feels better. More penetration. Plus the trajectory is nice. You don't have to deal with the arcing. Like on the Trincomalee, with medium cannons on that, the arc, it feels more like you're firing like the early carronades, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not that bad, but they have an arc to them. I'll just say that they have a bit of an arc to them. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, guess not. Kind of want to finish this battle off as well. Due to the fact that I'm on a pretty tight schedule. And I still need to make another video. I got a couple cannons there, and its hull is just completely gone. I'm gonna be doing more naval action. However, I'm still deciding on what I want to do in naval action, because the problem with making videos of it is that unless you're doing fleet orders or just fleet missions, you kind of have to find what you're actually going to attack on the open ocean, which could be kind of hit or miss. I should also shoot my guns. Might help. It can be hit or miss, really. Like when I was hunting down the tree company to try capturing it, couldn't find one. I couldn't find one at all. However, I did end up buying one, so there's that. I should start crafting more. I got really into crafting in this game. I was just gonna. I like crafting, generally speaking, but wow, that was terrible. I haven't upgraded my shipyard to level 2 yet, so I can't actually build like the Cerberus or anything like that. But if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see from naval action on this channel, just let me know, and I'll take everything into consideration and hopefully actually make videos out of it, assuming time allows or that I can actually do it. If it's like a ship request saying like, "Hey Dave, why don't you play the Victory?" I would love to. However, kind of can't. Considering the Trincomalee is my biggest ship, and I don't have the money to just buy a Victory in the game. Because I don't really play it enough at the moment to currently have that money. And I'm not high enough level to even crew the ship. So there's that. But if you have anything like a 5th rate or even a 6th rate, really, or a 4th rate, something like that, that you want to see, just leave a comment. I'll try to make a video of it. I could technically play the Trincomalee right now and make a video of it. However, it's undercrewed, like what I did in the Bell video. Mainly because I saw it on sale for kind of cheap. I had the money at the time, so I was like, I'll buy that now when it's cheap, and it's like a good quality ship on the market right now for cheap. And then when I can crew it, I'll crew it. Because chances are I'll probably not find another one for that cheap anytime soon. And I say cheap, it was still fucking expensive, but cheaper compared to what I've seen the Trincomalee go for on the market. And he's sinking. He should be dead soon, hopefully. Probably not. Get some more. Just for good night. And this battle's pretty much almost over. Thank God. I say that, I actually did enjoy the battle. It was fun. I like that. Okay. So, there you have it. I should take a quick screenshot. I think it's Control H. Oh, it is Control H. And just, I suppose that'll do. We can see a bruised and battered Surprise. There you go. That'll be the screenshot right there. Anyways, yeah, I actually enjoyed the battle. The Surprise, surprisingly enough, going into the game, I wanted to play the Surprise. Just because of the fact that, you know, I saw the movie. I liked the movie. I loved the movie, really. I knew about the ship. I realized it was in the game. I was like, I need to play the Surprise. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to play the Surprise. And then I got the Renam, and I got the Bell, and I was like, holy shit, these ships are amazing. You know, they have like 12 pounders. I think the Renam actually has 9 pounders. But they have 12 pounders on the Bell. I want to say it's 12 pounders. I'm pretty sure it's 12 pounders. But I played the Bell, and I was like, I can't play anything under 12 pounders now. It's goddamn, they're too good. Like I can't downgrade to 9 pounders and 6 pounders. It's just I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I saw the Surprise on sale. I was like, you know, I just bought the Trincomalee. I have enough to get the Surprise. It's on sale. I like the movie. I'm interested to see the ship. I've heard good things about it. I'll buy it. I'll give it a try. I'm poor as shit now, but I bought it. I gave it a try. Good ship. I highly recommend it. It's not as good as the Bell, in my opinion, unless you're trying to be like a raider. It's very maneuverable. It has bow chasers. The Bell does not have bow chasers. It has stern chasers. The Surprise also has stern chasers, which is a plus. So there's that going for it. And you know, the other ships coming into the game that I want to play, which I will play if it's the last thing I ever do. The Constitution, Old Ironsides, definitely gonna play the Constitution. There's no way in hell I'm not playing the Constitution. I have to play the Victory, mainly because I owned the Victory in Pirates of the Burning Sea, so I have to play the Victory. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't play the Victory. I was hoping to see a Wendon, because I also have the Wendon in Pirates of the Burning Sea. Sadly, it wasn't a vote to be in the game. However, I think it lost pretty handily. So it might be in the game in the future. I don't know. Maybe it is. Hopefully. I hope it is. If not, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so there's that. I also had like a Maeston, I think it was. Which I don't know if it's in the game. I will say I'm probably going to play the Bologna. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I will play that. So you can look forward to those if I ever get to that point. I'll probably get burnt out before then, but I will definitely play the Constitution, if nothing else. So there's that. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a comment, constructive criticism, nice video, whatever you want to say, whatever. I should rephrase that. I read all the comments. I try to respond to all the comments. I don't respond to every single one, but I try my best to respond to every single one. So there's that. I do read every single comment though, so rest assured, I will read it. What else was there? Oh yeah. Also leave a comment on what you think I should do in naval action. And thank you for watching.